I was going to make a joke about Bryce Mitchell, but I didn't want it to fall flat. And will any of us be laughing come Saturday night if we have to watch Volk get laid out on the canvas again? No one worth knowing wants to see that. Not actively. Even if you're back in Diego, no one wants to see that. It's that. And if he loses, let's face it, that's probably how. The general summary on the internet is Volk has no chin, Diego has no chill. The question in the chin is fair. Volk would be wise to just do what he does best, like stay on the outside, use that movement, wear on Lopez's gas tank. And he'd be wise to also do what he does well, but tends not to favour, utilising a heavy wrestling approach. Lopez's pure volume and power output does make his gas tank a legitimate concern. If Volk can survive the initial onslaught, who's betting against Alex Volkanovski if it goes the full 25? He's got more experience, higher level opponents on his resume, a dominant top position, but he is really throwing himself against a pretty big test of that noggin. Now that Ilya's left the division, Diego Lopez is probably only second to Josh Emmett in terms of power. Sir. Now, Lopez is fun to watch, but is he really that good? No, I guess we'll see. Bye. Like, off the couch, Ige gave him a run. If he wins, will he only be the champion because the division is pretty fucked up and not shallow in terms of talent, but in terms of title contenders? Like, it's shallow, but it's like broad. It's kind of like how Bryce Mitchell imagines the Earth to be. You don't need me to tell you the obvious. Early KO by Diego or UD by Volk. But I do need you to tell me how you feel about the whole thing. Was it the right fight for the title? Is Diego jumping up? Is Volk getting a few extra privileges even though he's lost his last two? Seeing as I've already put his name in my mouth, Dan Ige and Sean Woodson will be having a boxing match probably. These two are both high-level boxers, and if Ige can figure out that 7 inches of reach disadvantage, get on the inside, this should be a technical, tremendous, terrifying thing. Alright, Flat Earther Kit, your turn. He just loves living on the edge, doesn't he? Taking on the latest shiny thing in MMA, fighting nerd Silva. Sure, Bryce could out-wrestle Silva, but it's much more likely that he'll get his head flattened, probably by a shot he did not see coming. Chase Hooper. Chase Booper life insurance, more like. It was meant to be an old joke, but anyone can get Booper life insurance. And why would he get the life insurance of someone he's killed? It's not like a scalp. It was a terrible joke. I should have left it at Nazi coming. Dirty. Chase Hooper is chasing after another pensioner in Jim Miller. I'm torn on this one. Like, Chase should win, but I'm not sure I'm that convinced on his stand-up. Jim Miller has great takedown defense, and I don't know if anyone's considered this, but it's Jim fucking Miller. Yair Rodriguez is going to welcome Pitbull to the UFC. I want Pitbull to do well, you know, fresh meat and all that, but I have a feeling this meat may be a little bit past its sell-by date. Both these guys have a history of inconsistency, but what's interesting to me is who does have the experience advantage? Pitbull's got more fights, but, you know, levels to this, and Rodriguez has been fighting in the UFC for a while. I have a feeling that Yair will get his hand raised and send Pitbull back to the doghouse. And finally, last and definitely least, Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett are finally having to earn back all that marketing cash that's been spent on them. The two most overrated fighters will square off to prove probably nothing. Chandler should be able to take Paddy's head off, but that'll probably mean that it'll be a submission win for Pimblett. There's loads more we could talk about. It's a fucking excellent card, so drop your thoughts, excitements, predictions in the comments and we'll keep it going.